Greetings everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Cassandra and you're watching Spotless Mind Tarot. In this series of videos we are going to take a look into what is coming your way for the end of 2023. You can watch this video anytime from the release date to the very end of the year. There will be a total of 12 videos, one for each zodiac sign. I suggest that you watch for your rising, sun, and moon sign. Keep in mind that the messages I receive in these readings are general, so apply them accordingly to your life. All of my readings are audio recorded, and photos of the spread will appear on the screen as we progress through the reading. The format for the readings will go as follows. I will start each reading by taking a look at the current energies that you may be experiencing at the time you are watching this video. Next, I'll take a look at what is coming your way for the end of the year and what you could expect to occur during these last few months. After that, we'll get some advice from your spirit guides and see what they would like for you to know going into 2024. Then I'll pull an oracle card that will tie together the reading for you. The oracle will basically highlight the overall outcome of the year. Thank you for watching, and please hit the subscribe button, like, and share this video. Blessings, Libra, and welcome to your year-end tarot reading. This is good for rising sun and or moon in the sign of Libra. Today we're going to read from the Albano Waite tarot deck and Spirit of the Animals Oracle. So first we're going to start by taking a look at the current energies to see where you are at the time of watching this video. And then we'll go ahead and see what you could expect to come up here at the end of 2023. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so for current energies, we got the Eight of Cups, the Empress, and the Hermit. So Eight of Cups signifies an ending of sorts, something that you're having to walk away from. That could be really disappointing. I feel like there's something that you went after and you had all these high hopes and it left you like high and dry. So there could have been promises that people couldn't keep, or maybe you just had really high expectations. You kind of like went in you went all out with something. You you approached a situation with like all your cards on the table, and it just led to disappointment because it didn't work out. Either way, something didn't work out and you're having to step away from it. And I feel like it's like you're churning back and going back to where you started or to what's familiar. So that could be intentional. It could just be like a reaction to something, or it's just like the universe is like redirecting you. It wanted you to go get your toes wet. And then now it's like you're being like reclusive once again, like you're pulling back. You got your toes wet, you didn't like it, and now you're going back into your cave. Because we have the Hermit, and it's like you're reverting back to this Hermit energy. And it could be with anything in your life. It could be a situation, it could be emotions even, it could be a person, a relationship. It could really just be anything. So some of you may be scared. Maybe you're doing this out of fear, or maybe it's like you don't have a choice. And regardless, there's like fear surrounding this and like guilt. You feel pretty guilty about something, about having to walk away from something. And it's like, it's almost like not again, or I was afraid this was going to happen, or this always happens. Something like that. At least that's like kind of like mindset. So even if that's not true, that's like, it's the mindset that you're in. I also feel it is something that you're being prepared for. So it's almost that you have to get a little bit experience a little bit at a time. Like you could only make minimal progression. You can only take minimal steps, and then you have to go back. So there's like some kind of like Mercury retrograde energy. And honestly, you know, the Eight of Cups is ruled by Saturn and Pisces, which is what we're currently experiencing right now. And Saturn is going direct. And so whatever you had to do or did during Saturn in Pisces while it was in retrograde, it was just to get some experience. So you want to look at to where Pisces is in your birth chart. Look at the cusp. Look at the house that it is according to whole sign. And this is just an area of your life where you need to get a little bit experience and take it back with you. So it's like, if you are like a hermit, or if you are a very solitary person and then you suddenly went out into the world, the universe wanted you to get that little experience that you got and take it back with you. And it's almost like regroup or reevaluate, or something about like adjusting your plan. So whatever goal that you have, I don't think it's over with, or like even at like objective. So let's say it's not really a goal, but it's something that you need to do, something that is required of you, or something that you want to do, or whatever the case may be. It's not over with, but your approach to it or what you had recently experienced is over with. But whatever new knowledge and wisdom you gained from it, now is a time to like really draft up a new plan, is basically what I'm getting. And we have the Empress energy here, and so that is very telling when it comes to new beginnings and giving birth to something new. So you guys are entering something pretty major here, I feel. And so that's why I feel like there's like a need to revert back to something. And it's not so much about like going back to old ways or going back to the way it used to be per se. It's more like you really need to reevaluate your plan, because you have the right mindset, you have the heart, you have the right approach, but you're not exactly ready yet. Not yet. Almost, but not yet. So you don't want to give up on whatever it is that you're working on at this time, whatever it is that you're thinking about as I'm relaying this message. And so this is a very fertile time for you. So that's something to keep in mind. Whatever seeds you are planting, whatever ideas you give birth to at this time are really important and really valuable. Whatever you learn at this time is a very valuable information that you're going to need later on. This also deals with feminine energy. So now is a good time to really tune in and tap into your feminine energy, or the divine feminine in general. So the goddess, or just the meaning of divine feminine. With that, the feminine is a receptive energy. Whatever you give to her, she will grow. And so whatever information you receive, whatever energies you receive, you have the ability to grow it. You also have the ability to transmute it, alchemize it, change it if it doesn't fit, reject it even, if you know it's not good for you. Especially if it's not good for you, you want to reject it. You want to know your worth and your value. So that's really important here. I feel like whatever it is that you're walking away from, it's because the situation or the person didn't value you. You didn't, or maybe that was your perception. Like you felt like you weren't being valued. People weren't accepting you, or people weren't giving you the right opportunity, or whatever it may be. And so that's really important, because the Eight of Cups could lead to misery and defeat, but at the same time, like I feel like you guys are defeated, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it was for your own good. You know, it was, you would have been, you're better off without it. Sure, you could have stayed around longer. Sure, you could have worked things out, but at the time, like you knew that if you were to stick around and work things out, that you're going to have to keep sticking around and working things out. And you decided not to do that. Not with this situation anyways. It wasn't worth it to you. Whether or not that's true, it doesn't matter. You saw it as something that wasn't worth your time and energy, wasn't worth explaining yourself. You felt like you were above the situation. you no longer needed it. You no longer, you know what I mean? And so, and the Hermit is here. And so the Hermit, if you aren't able to go into like a solitary life, let's say you're still like, you have a really busy life and you can't just like take time off or whatever, it's a way for you to really rely on your own acquired knowledge, your intuition. It's self-knowledge. It's the knowledge of self. It's your own spiritual path even. So like however you go about your own spirituality is, as with all spirituality, it's very highly personal. Everyone's spirituality is different. So let's say like religion may be the same, like, you know, like this religion is this way and this religion is that way, but spirituality has no boundaries. And so right now I feel like you guys are really relying on what you know and what you've learned, and not even from like a spiritual perspective. It's just an overall knowledge based. It's all wisdom based. So it's all based on recent experiences and taking those recent experiences and evaluating the situation. So there is like some guilt again, because I feel that you guys feel bad in a way about this, but you have to remind yourself of this Empress energy. What is your worth? Because that's really important right now, is to understand your value and your worth at this time, at this current time that you're watching this. And it is whatever you see as worthy and valuable. Like, even if you may not feel that way, so if you are going through depression, then it is hard to acknowledge your own worth, but at the same time, you know what it is, even if it's hard for you to feel it. So it's important to stick with that, because that's going to help guide you and make the right decisions moving forward. And we'll get a look at what you could expect that's going to come up this month, because I do feel whatever your recent ending you had, or whatever it is you had to deny and walk away from, you're going to receive a new opportunity, at least. And that's crazy that my notification on my phone went off, and it's a rooster crow. A rooster crow announces new beginnings and announces the dawn. It also represents Christ consciousness. So this is like resurrection. So you may need to go, especially if you're watching this in Scorpio season, you need to go back inwards very temporarily, because I know this isn't meant to be predictive, but I do feel there's something coming in, and we'll see what that is with what you could expect. So with that said, I think I should go ahead and pull cards for that, because I'm already like tuning in to that, and I'm gonna have to silence my phone now. But 3 crows may mean something. I'm not sure how many times the rooster in the Bible crowed announcing Jesus's resurrection, but there you go. Maybe it was 3 times. So that there's something significant here. And 3 is the number of the Empress, and 3 is the it's a very fertile energy. It's creating new life. So something pretty major is happening for you guys. Okay, so what you could expect to come up this month, we have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Devil. So I feel there is a new opportunity that will come in. I feel, though, there's some disappointment attached to it, though, because of the Ten of Swords. So, like, the Knight of Wands, you want to be careful of this energy. This is represented by Leo, although you don't have to be wary of Leos. This Leo or this Knight of Wands, this can speak of new opportunity. I'm also getting something about a new approach. But with the Ten of Swords, it's like there's something really disappointing about it. It may not be comfortable for you, let's say. I feel, if anything, there's something that's going to come up and it's going to be really, really uncomfortable. But it's almost like this is the cold, hard truth of the matter. And So there's going to be some accepting that needs to go on. And we have the devil. And so this speaks about bondage and deception. It could even be self-deception. And it's a need to break free from something that's not good for you. So there could be something in your life that's really holding you back, something that's really toxic. It could be a thought process. It could be your own, your own self-talk. Maybe you're pinning yourself down when you don't need to, and it's really affecting you. It could be a person. It could be a situation. Whatever it is, it's keeping you trapped, and it's keeping you stuck. And it's very, very important that you break away from it because of the fact that it's coming up. The devil appearing in this reading is like a cry for help almost. But it's a cry for help from your own soul. So this is something you need to do for yourself. And this is Capricorn energy, so it's not going to come easy. It's something you have to work hard at. But I like seeing the Knight of Wands, though. I love seeing the Queen of Cups. I feel, if anything, the Queen of Cups is an energy that you want to embody and you want to tap into. You could also seek the help and assistance, knowledge, foresight of a Cancer or someone with Cancer placement. You also want to look at where Cancer is. So for Libra risings, Cancer is the 10th house. So your careers are being activated right now. Your vocation, home and family could also be activated. Your legacy, the way you want the world to see you. This could also talk about motherhood and being a parent, whether you're a parent or you being a mother or you having to self-parent yourself in some way. At the same time, I do like the Knight of Wands, but I also want you guys to take caution to this, precaution, because they're coming in really fast. It could be a person, it could be a message, it could be a foresight. You want to be careful because it comes with disappointment, but that disappointment is going to lead you to a deeper self-discovery and self-understanding. So it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying don't avoid the night, like completely reject this person or this message or whatever it is that's coming up. I don't want you to do that because you're not supposed to. At least based on this reading, it's like this is what is coming in. There's going to be an opportunity you want, but there's a price to pay. But that price to pay is an opportunity to look deeper at yourself. So I'm getting it more as a cold, hard truth coming in. Whatever this opportunity is that comes in, you have to readjust yourself. You have to reevaluate a situation. It's almost as if you need to admit that you were wrong about something, whether to another person or just to yourself. Your perceptions about something is all wrong. Whether or not, I would say they're wrong in the sense that it's almost like there's no reason to feel that way. There's no reason to think that. Again, we have the devil, so this could speak of self-deception. You're deceiving yourself. And for Libras, because Capricorn sits at the 4th house, you may just have to give up the home life, especially if you are solitary or let's say you're a homemaker or something like that, or just in general, you have to give up your comforts. So if it's not so much the home front, you have to give up a lot of comfort. It's important though. It's almost absolutely necessary to give up comfort for security. I know that doesn't make sense because comfort and security usually go hand in hand, but whatever it is, the security you have, or you don't have the security and the security is coming in and you have to give up your comfort for it. So you have to grow, basically. There's a lot of growth coming in for you guys overall. So if this doesn't really resonate or if it doesn't really make sense, the main message I'm getting is that there's growth coming in. but there's going to be some kind of disappointment, some kind of hurt, even like a heartbreak, some kind of truth that gets revealed, whether it's about yourself or about another person or a situation, something really, really, really uncomfortable, but it's going to lead to a breakthrough. And that's something I really want to stress in the reading, this channel message. Like, the spirits want me to stress that for you guys. There is a sense of urgency. So things need to be done quickly. Like, you don't want to sit around and wait. You want to act quickly. But you don't want to be irrational. You don't want to just jump right into it, but you do need to act quickly. As a Queen of Cups coming up, if this is an archetype that you're, you know, if anything, I do feel like this card is representing you and how you should go about dealing with this. And to know that you are loved. People have a lot of compassion for you. People really see you as very caring and forgiving and just very like sweet and adorable even. You are very loving and intelligent. And so it's an important reminder for yourself. I feel some of you are dealing with an identity crisis, or maybe you're having a hard time finding your place within the world or your place within a group of people. You're having a hard time finding your place in general. But your place you're going to find later this year, or here at the end of the year, you're going to find it's really within. And it's always been there, and you've always known that. But I feel you will really embody that. Something's really going to help you see that and feel that and like really not just believe it, but really know it to be true. So perhaps you believe it to be true, but you're going to be reminded that it is true. There's no believing. You don't need to believe in it because it's true. Whatever comes in through the Knight of Wands, this is an advancement. Again, like I said, this will better you in the long term. It's going to be really uncomfortable, but it's going to be for the better. So whatever it is that you walked away from or are walking away from currently, and I said how whatever it is that you picked up during Saturn retrograde, they were just little lessons, little experiences that are going to benefit you later on. So the Knight of Wands is coming in sometime here at the end of the year, and you're going to need to take all your knowledge, all your hermit archetypal energy within you and apply it to the situation. Because again, the Knight of Wands is coming in quick. He's coming in fast. It's almost like there's a once in a lifetime opportunity. That may be true for some people, maybe not so much everybody, or that's just like the urgency of it. If I don't act now, it's going to be gone forever. And I feel that's true for most of you, if not all of you. But this is advancement, and there is an unknown aspect to it because you don't really know how it's going to turn out. I feel you will know this is the right thing to do. This will be the right move to make because it's going to take you to higher heights. It's going to help you project forward. And like really quickly, I feel whatever this opportunity is, once you take it, so let's say it's a job offer, when you take it, it's almost like you're skipping steps in some way, or you're going to pick up the work really quickly and you're going to be able to advance a lot quicker. Something of that nature is coming up. But it comes with a cost. There's a lot of disappointment. And again, I do feel it just has a lot to do with accepting the truth. So, for example, this is a job coming in. Maybe you're just not able to get the hours and days you wanted. But this is a great opportunity and you don't want to pass it up, so you take it. And the disappointment is just having to deal with this new struggle, this new responsibility. There's a sacrifice that needs to be made. You know, the Ten of Swords is about sacrifice. It could also speak of like failures and loss and things like that. You know, it's a sacrifice though. But because of the devil's out, and the devil, I know generally it speaks of the shadow, you know, just, it's still a test. Like, the devil is really someone as an archetypal energy that tests the human spirit. This has a lot to do with temptation, lust, you know, disruptions, like just throwing disruptions at you to see what you're gonna do, throwing temptation at you to see what you're gonna do. So you are being tested by the universe in some way. This also speaks about primal energy and primal power. So when I like to speak of the devil card in a more positive aspect, I think largely because I'm a Capricorn and this is a card that in the tarot that rules over us, and there's the good aspect of Capricorn and the sacrifices that it makes. It has a lot to do with primal energy, with instinctual energy. You know, this is how it needs to be done, and so we have to do it kind of energy. There are no shortcuts with Capricorn. There's no shortcuts with this. So maybe some of you are disappointed in that. Like, it's not something you want to face, but you know you have to face it. Again, there's going to be a lot of setbacks. I feel there's like a lot of promising opportunity, but there's going to be a lot of setbacks, a lot of delays, or it's not what you wanted. It's going to be uncomfortable. There's some truths to yourself that you have to learn, that you have to face. So with that, you want to be careful because you still want to keep this Empress energy. You still want to know your worth and your value. And you want to take the knowledge of the Hermit, all the knowledge and wisdom that you've acquired on your own without any assistance. So that's that whole solitary, whatever it is that you learn in your own solitude. Even if you were influenced, so like by books or you watch videos or whatever it is, or even if you have a coach or a guru, whatever it is that you accumulate within a hermetic kind of, or not hermetic, but a hermit kind of lifestyle. And then knowing your worth and knowing what is right and what's fair and what's good for you. You want to maintain that. At the same time, you want to challenge yourself. You want to tap into this Capricorn energy and know that if it's too good to be true, it probably is. You could take the shorter path, but it's far less fulfilling. It's not gonna exactly take you where you want to go. You have to take the long road home. And again, you want to be careful of manipulation with the devil. So you want to be careful of your own manipulation against yourself and perhaps others, but again, other people manipulating you. That's why the Empress is so like strongly tied into all of this. Being in that soft femininity without taking anyone's bullshit. Knowing when to walk away, but also identifying what is absolutely necessary, because that may be the only path you can take. Okay, this is a really short message, but I basically got out what I wanted to say, what I feel I needed to say anyways. So we're just going to keep going. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see what your spirit guides want you to know. So this is advice from them. This could even just serve as like confirmation, something you knew to be true, and here it is telling you again, at least through the cards. And so this should help you navigate the end of 2023 and help you make better decisions that benefit you in the long term. So for advice from your spirit guides, we have the 7 of Cups and the Chariot, which are both 7s. So 7 can speak about luck. And I'm hearing the word fortitude, which may be related to the Chariot. So the 7 of Cups, your spirit guides want you to cut through the bullshit. The Chariot is a strong sign to keep moving forward. And it's quick movement. It's knowing exactly where you want to go. which can be a Knight of Wands energy in a sense, because this is fire energy. Fire signs tend to know exactly what they want and they go for it. The Chariot is here to remind you to stay the course, to keep moving, keep going forward. Don't look back. Do not look back. If you look back, you're going to see the Seven of Cups and it's going to be real fucking confusing. That's just, you want to cut through all that. You want to move past all that. That is a fog you don't want to stay in. And we have Cancer here once again with the Chariot, and we have Cancer with the Queen of Cups. So your Cancer house is being activated. If you're a Libra rising, this is the 10th house. This is careers. This is vocation. This is your place out in the world and how other people perceive you in a like legacy perspective. Like, what legacy are you going to leave behind? What are you leaving behind for future generations? Not just of your own, but of the earth as a whole, as a collective. Like, what do you have to contribute to the collective? Which is a very powerful thing to ask yourself. Like, what do I have to offer to the world? If there's 8 billion people and there's one of me, like, who am I in this place? What can I do? And really, that's an internal thing. What can you do internally for yourself? Because what you could do internally sometimes is way more important or just as important as what you could do externally. Because internally, that is where your soul resides. That is where your spirit resides. That's the one thing you could only keep with you, right? If you believe in reincarnation or not, your soul is that one thing nobody can take from you. You know how they say, like, especially like in the music industry, artists sell their souls or whatever. I just think it's a figure of speech, because you can't trap a soul, so you can't sell your soul. You could sell off your time and, like, you know, you could sacrifice your days for a career or an education, but your soul will always remain intact no matter what the outside world is doing or what the outside world expects of you or whatever contracts you signed. You still, like, your soul is your soul. It belongs to you. So you want to keep moving forward and doing what you know is right for you. Cancer represents the mother, so your mother could be a very important figure for you, or a mother figure in general can come into your life and really serve as a guide. I feel like this is somebody that you want to model yourself after. Like, they represent everything you want to be or everything that you are already. You just don't know how to express that or give that to the world. And this Cancer person or this mother, your mother, or this mother figure for you is going to show you how to do it based on their actions. So it may not be a direct thing. It's going to influence you and inspire you more than anything. I feel that is especially true for Libra risings, but it could go for all Libra placements. You want to be careful of staying stuck, of letting your mind take over, letting your temptations take over even. Like, you really want to move past all that. You want to move on from the past as well. You don't want to look back. The Chariot is not about looking back. It is all about progressing forward. It's all about growth. It's all about moving on. So some of you need to move on from something that's not serving you any good, especially anything that comes up with the 10 of Swords. You want to move on from that as quick as possible. You want to break free from the devil. You want to break free from all the illusions. Even if it's just illusions in your own mind, the shit you tell yourself that's not true, or the shit that you believe and that you know isn't good for you, or you know doesn't resonate with you. Even this reading, like whatever came up in this reading that you just don't agree with, you have every right to reject it. Now, at the same time, if there's something that triggered you, you want to evaluate that trigger, because triggers are a way to wake us up to something that we're not confident about, or something that we can't accept within ourselves. So if I triggered you at all in this reading, you want to evaluate what that trigger was. But if there's just something you know isn't to be true, then by all means reject that. You want to be in that Empress energy. You want to know your worth. You want to walk away from shit that doesn't serve you any good. Especially as a Libra, like, trust me, I'm a Libra rising too, so I know what it's like to, like, always be there for people, always be available, always, like, help people when you don't need to help them, right? So you want to help yourself now. And it's interesting because the nodes are, the South node's in Libra and the North node is in Aries, so as a Libra, it's going to be really uncomfortable here for the next year or so. It's all about going into the North Node energy of Aries, which is all about self-sufficiency, independence, not giving a fuck what anyone thinks, not caring about the other person, not looking for a partner to mirror off of. All right? You got to drop all your old, like, Libra ways that don't do you any good, and move forward into that Aries, kind of that fire energy, that Knight of Wands. All right, that Chariot, where it's just, I'm gonna keep going no matter what. Like, the world could be falling apart and I'm still gonna keep going. I'm still gonna show up. The Chariot is all about showing up. So your guides, basically, to take away from this message, your guides want you to show up. So I'm sorry if I'm all over the place a little bit here, but yeah, that's like the main message. Show up. Regardless of the Seven of Cups, regardless of what bullshit is thrown at you, show up. Regardless of if your coworkers suck, show up. All right? That's the main message I'm getting from your spirit guides. Pretty direct, but I mean, it had to be said. And that's how I'm channeling it. So that's cool. I mean, at least your guides are pretty direct here. And, like, they want you to get through this. They're rooting for you. And I just feel like I feel so at home here seeing the Chariot. It's like, even for me, this reading is resonating for me. So it's good to see that. It's good to know that this is the right thing to do. You're on the right path. You just have to keep going. Even if there's setbacks, even if you have to walk away from something, as soon as you walk away from an opportunity, another one's going to pop up. And you're more than welcome to go check that out, get your toes wet, and see if it works for you. All right, so I think I'm going to stop it there. Now, we're going to go ahead and pull oracle cards. I'm going to pull an oracle card from Spirit of the Animals. And this card is going to help us tie everything in together. And I decided to do Spirit of the Animals because for some reason, I felt like this reading needed to soften up a bit. At least tune into nature a little bit more. And this oracle deck is great because these animals featured on the cards can serve as spirit guides, as animal totems even. So and they are very powerful messages. I feel animals carry very powerful messages because they're more tuned into the earth than we are. They follow the natural cycles of nature more than we do as humans. You know, we live in our house. When it gets cold, we turn on the heater. When it gets hot, we turn on the air conditioner, for those of us who have that luxury. And so it, like, goes against nature, right? I mean, if it's hot, it's hot, but we live in a world where we can avoid that heat. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what the animals want to say to you. Okay, so the oracle card we got for you guys is Dragon Supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. I love that. That is so cool. So I'm going to go ahead and read what the book says, and feel free to screenshot this if you want. You can keep it with you. Because if anything, if there's one thing to take away from this reading, I want you guys to take away what the oracle message has, because the oracle basically sums up the entire reading for us. So let's see what the book says. Okay, in the book, there's some keywords which you do not see on the screen right now, but those keywords are Master of the Elements, Strength, Raw Energy, Good Luck, Wisdom, Achievement, Success, Confidence, Old Soul, Life Force, and Magical. And the book description says, dragon is a mysterious, powerful, and dynamic totem. It is the shaman's and magician's wisest ally. Dragons are pure conscious energy and can shapeshift at will. All 4 elements have dragons. Air dragons control intellect, reason, and illumination. Fire dragons harness creativity, passion, and mastery. Water dragons are depth, insight, and intuition. Earth dragons rule wealth, riches, and manifestation. If you're drawn to dragon, you are called to step into your highest potential. You can lift yourself up from the mundane struggles and become liberated from the common life. Are you ready? The winged dragon is symbolic of transcendence, freedom, and higher consciousness. It is a symbol for emperors and kings. If dragon is your totem, you are marked for power. Use it well. A purposeful life is your greatest treasure. Your wings are your breath, your body, the earth, the water, your blood, and the fire is your eternal spirit. Let your life rise from the ordinary and become the extraordinary. That is freaking fantastic. That is wonderful. And I'm really, really excited for you guys. There's more to it. There's contrary energy. Typically this is seen for like reversals, but I never use reversals. But I feel contrary in the book. It could be like what to look out for. And it says, are you roaring around? Have you misused your power? Have you been hiding in your cave too long? Don't be too reclusive. So that's interesting because I did say something about the current energies where you're being like drawn back to be reclusive. Or this is like something you do whether or not you're aware of it. It could just be like a way for you to find comfort. But now, here at the end of the year, it's not a time for comfort. This is a time for growth. You guys are masters of your own life. I feel that you want to avoid being a hermit, but you also want to take all that knowledge you've learned as a hermit with you. Okay, let's see what else. I think that's it, really. Again, like everything I said in this reading came up in this oracle card. So I think that's wonderful. And you are stepping into something new. You're going to have to be uncomfortable because that's just the way it is. There's no comfort in growth. Otherwise, if there was comfort and growth, we'd all be doing it, right? So that's basically what needs to be said. So that concludes this reading. I do have a channeled song for you. So if you're into channeled messages through music, through frequency and sound, then go ahead and check this out. The song I channeled for you guys is Kiana Ledé, No Takebacks. I left the link for it in the description below. I'm going to link the lyric video so you can see the words pop up on the screen. And I love the song. It's such a beautiful song. It might be a little sad for some of you, like get you in your feels, but I think it's a beautiful message. Basically, she's just saying, like, don't take back what you say because your words mean the world to me. So that's pretty wonderful, right? That's a beautiful message. All right, so that wraps it up. If you haven't yet already, please hit the subscribe button, tap the notifications bell, and like this video. By liking this video, you help to push it into the YouTube algorithm for other people to find. Follow my profile on Instagram at SpotlessMindTarot. Replace the I in mind with the number 1. If you would like to book a private reading with me, my readings are available on my Etsy shop, kaleidoscopeescape.etsy.com. Also, do me a huge favor and please leave a comment below. Let me know if this reading resonates with you, and it also lets me know that you're here. So for future readings, I can tap into your energies a little bit better and deliver more like personal messages. All right. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for your presence, and I will catch you in the next video.